Let's make this episode a special one by just being ourselves and loving ourselves just the way we are. Let go. We got Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. I guess Mike Tyson, it's a Mike Tyson reaction to Jake Paul's new training footage. Let go. Let's get into it. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, 1, 2. There you go.
If everything was easy and it was just a
That's where you gonna be
cupcake
at.
walk to the top,
Maybe.
it's not beautiful that way. I'm ready. I'm gonna upset the world.
There's a fundamental difference between me and Jake. He's a manufactured killer. Television and papers made him a killer. He's manufactured. I'm a natural born killer. That's the difference.
Or I really hated someone. Now, it's just completely different. Now I'm just on a path to world champion. You know, I've made the money, I've knocked people out, I've earned the respect, I've been on the covers of magazines, I've created records and history and won knockout of the year. So now it's more for me and to prove to young kids what is possible when you really set your mind to something. And that's more so what I'm focused on. So it's definitely not as exciting, and there's not as much glitz and glamour around it anymore. And I would say this is the hardest camp. Just sparring 300-pound guys back to back, and doing the jogs, you know, weighing 220 pounds. All the miles, all the work at the track is a lot more difficult than running around weighing 205 pounds. So this is definitely the hardest I've pushed myself mentally.
That's what's up.
People don't realize how much is sacrificed in the camp, and Jake sacrificed a lot to get ready for the last fight, on top of releasing the new brand W, and so he needed a break. And so we took a month off, got right back in there.
Short ass pull-ups.
And now we're getting ready for Mike, and we're not as heavy as we were before, which is a plus for us. I didn't want us to go back up, but you can guarantee he's gonna be ready to fight night.
Mike's a cold-blooded assassin. He's a machine.
Uppercut cross.
There you go. And Jake has not come up against that. It's a dark place in there, that ring. A lot of things can happen. Mike is the baddest man on the planet.
No, he's
Raphael is the baddest trainer on the planet.
I don't know about
You
that.
can see. You can feel.
When I put Jake in deeper water,
Mike Tyson is not the baddest man on the planet. Let's clear that up. He used to be the baddest man, and that was before UFC came out. After UFC came out, he can't claim baddest man on the planet with that boxing shit, because them UFC motherfuckers fuck your ass up in an instant.
waters, where let's make you feel uncomfortable the beginning to the end of the fight.
Yeah, Mike's hard to read. He's a man of few words. A lot's going on the inside, but he doesn't always say what he's thinking. And it's hard to tell. But I know that come fight night, it's going to be the old Mike Tyson, the warrior Mike Tyson, getting back to doing what he does best, which is annihilate people. When you've done that for so long, it's going to be second nature for him when the bell rings in the Dallas Stadium. Mike, I love you, man. And boxing thanks you for all you've brought to the sport.
That's true.
You're an icon, you're a legend.
True.
I look up to you, I'm inspired by you, and
Big facts.
I know you're gonna bring an amazing fight and put it all on the line, but no matter what you do, you can't beat me. It's a passing of the torch, and with the utmost respect, I'm gonna f you up.
Mike Tyson has reacted to Jake Paul's latest training footage
Oh, look, with the utmost respect, I'm gonna fuck you up, biatch. Yeah.
and shared his thoughts. Jake Paul has shared his training footage for a fight against Mike Tyson, revealing his growth in technique, agility, and power. Paul, a social media star turned boxer, believes his investment could make him a formidable opponent.
Sort of deal, or he gets to the UFC. I don't know. I don't see the upside. I fancy myself a marker. I don't get how you're going to twist this one where it's compelling. If you want to get people intrigued with this fight, make it bare knuckle. Like, Jake gets hit with a bare knuckle. Mike Tyson, this thing's over. And I saw Mike Tyson on an interview with Henry.
That's dumb as hell. Mike Tyson break his damn knuckles, wrist, and arm.
Cejudo, he's like, what is age? They tell you you're that old, but I don't feel 50. You're like, oh, okay, this is it. Then you're 58.
Mike Tyson has declared that he is taking this bout seriously in spite of the controversies. He talked about practicing every day and making sure he's physically ready to take on Paul in recent interviews. Tyson sees the bout as an opportunity to show his continued dedication to the sport.
How hard are you training?
I train every day.
Okay, how many hours a day
Hey,
you
I
training?
take it serious. Listen. Well, listen, it's the whole day. The process goes through the whole day. I get up in the morning, do the road work. Then I go to the gym at 1. Then I go to the strength and conditioning guy. Then it starts all over again.
Yeah. So Jake Paul is saying he wants to be a world champion. He says you're the greatest heavyweight champion ever, the baddest man on the planet, and the most dangerous boxer of all time. This will be the fight of a lifetime. You've had a chance to assess Jake Paul. What do you think of his boxing ability?
I think it's, he's came a long way from YouTubing. And listen, I seen a YouTube of him at 16 doing weird dances. That's not the guy I'm going to be fighting. This guy's going to come, he's going to try to hurt me, which I'm accustomed to, and he's going to be greatly mistaken.
Paul, who he considers a YouTuber guy instead of an experienced boxer, may be underestimating him, he said. Tyson claims that the younger boxers of today are impatient, and he wants to use their battle to discipline Paul.
You think that's what's missing in the game with the fighters today, is that it's all physical and it's not enough here?
It's all financially mostly, from what I see. Cause, it's all about, everybody wants to be a big shot, but they got to pay the price. They have to know how to handle defeat. You know what I mean? You have to know how to handle being humbled, not giving up. It's so easy to give up nowadays, They got YouTube, all this stuff. If it gets so hard, I'll be a YouTuber. Yeah. And we had pride, so everybody fought everybody. No one ducked anybody.
It's hard. I'm a YouTuber.
And then he made more money, because then they know that was a great fight. Even though he lost here, let's fight this guy. Let's fight. Listen, this is the thing. It has nothing to do with you losing. It depends on how you lose. You lose spectacularly, hey, they're gonna always use you. Depends on how you lose. You can lose and win at the same time.
Yeah, your stock can
Don't
go
get
up.
knocked out.
Some people be like, "Oh, you undefeated? You don't know? You don't understand?" It's like, no, I do understand.
Yes, you do understand.
I came out on top, but I took the risk, and I had some close ones. But I also remember my last loss and how that made me feel, which made me not want to.
Mike Tyson, now 58, is focusing on his intense training regimen for his fight against Jake Paul on November 15th. Despite age-related limitations, Tyson's legendary punching power remains evident in his sessions. However, former UFC fighter Chael Sonnen has raised questions about Tyson's training footage, expressing skepticism about the portrayal of his current abilities.
What did he say?
Clean shot, Mike. Excellent. Nice left hook. Up.
Damn.
We're done. The job is over. We're done. 4, 3, 2, 1, and time! Oh! Oh, great work. Great work. That's good. Want all those four?
Motherfucker head big as a motherfucker.
All round. 6 forearm for 12 reps.
233 today, contact for 230.
12 is all we need.
I'm always at 225, 228.
Lean mean.
Big
Lean
chest.
mean.
1, there we go. 2, 3, 4, good work. 8, 4 more. 9, 10, 2 more, Mike. 11 and 12.
First
time we've done that.
In his most recent videos, Tyson displays remarkable speed, power, and technique as he destroys pads with explosiveness and hits sparring partners with strong left hooks. Sonnen believes it's done to draw crowds, so he finds it hard to believe the whole thing.
When they first did this, I thought, okay, this is over. This is over, because they lied. They fraudulently put out training footage of Mike from a fight at least 4 years ago where he stood opposite Roy Jones Jr. And I remember thinking, they're in big trouble. They're going to get caught here. And I don't know who they were putting that footage out for. Was that for us as fans? Because you'd have to be colossally stupid to think that you could fool the fans by bringing out training footage, particularly that had so many red herrings in it. But secondly, I also wonder, was that for the commission? Like, for a commission to license you in many states, you will not pull this stunt on Andy Foster. That I will tell you right now.
The legendary boxer Mike Tyson places a high priority on strengthening his legs. He uses heavy squats, explosive lunges, and resistance training to develop and preserve his foundational strength, concentrating on core stability and explosive power.
The Chrome extension everyone will be using in 2025. I feel like I just found a Google cheat code. This Chrome extension lets...
Get the fuck
Last
out
one,
of here.
Mike. Nice and strong. 30 times. Touch and go. 1, 2. Here we go. 3, 4. Nice. 5. Yes, sir. 6, 7.
Strong.
8. Strong. 9. Got this.
We go.
I can't even do that shit.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's go. 8, 9. One more. And up. Nice work, Mike.
1, 22, 23, 24, 25, halfway.
26,
27, 28, 29, 30, 31,
Nice leg work.
32, 33, 34, 35.
Good work.
15 more.
Good work, Mike.
Even as he gets ready to take on a younger opponent in Jake Paul, he is still able to produce the power he is known for in his punches, thanks to his emphasis on leg work.
Broke. Can you match his face? Can you match Jake's face? If you make this is really good equipment, man. Could have handled punches. Mike's punch. Can you imagine that kid?
Jake Paul recently replied to Tyson's tough training film with a combination of humor and sarcasm, stating that Tyson still looked strong and quick. Although Paul is still confident in his skills and training, his response shows that he acknowledges Tyson's strength. Paul, who is well known for having a fearless demeanor, has stated that neither the arena nor the excitement around the bout faze him.
I mean, we can, but I mean, do people really want to fucking learn about that? Do they want to? Oh, Jake, did you see Mike Tyson dropping his sparring partner?
I was talking about.
Yeah, I fucking saw it.
I was talking about.
No shit, I saw it, and I don't give a fuck. Sure, he's looking good. Sure, he's looking all of that. Oh, he's dropping people. He's fast. So the f am I. People want the truth.
I don't think people want you to kill Mike Tyson.
Okay. All right, so ask me again.
Wonder Bread.
Did I see Mike Tyson sparring?
I didn't never ask you that.
Just ask me it again. Just ask me it. Just fucking.
Hey, did you see Mike Tyson sparring?
Oh yeah, dude. I freaking totally saw it. Dude, oh my God, he's looking like a beast. I'm freaking scared and paranoid.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Tyson, a skilled and well-honed boxer, is a formidable opponent for newcomer Jake Paul. Paul's reputation puts a great deal of pressure on the sport even with his improvements. Paul must rely on his training and strategic acumen to prevail because Tyson's strength, experience, and skill set present a serious obstacle.
And what did you initially think when you heard that Mike Tyson was going to be getting in the ring with Jake?
I was thinking that Jake Paul was going to be in trouble because, you know, Mike Tyson knows how to throw great body punches, great headshots, and
he has an arsenal of punches.
You know, we just have to see if he's going to do them in the ring. I'm hoping that he'll do that. It's a task. You know, it's hard to box at when you're that old, moving around the ring, throwing punches, getting punches thrown at you. But I think he can handle it.
Roy Jones Jr., who fought Tyson in 2020, has described the Paul versus Tyson fight as tough to predict. He noted Paul's improvement in the ring, likening it to Anthony Taylor's recent progress. Jones praised Paul's commitment to the sport, but still anticipates Tyson's experience and skills as potential game changers. Jones believes that while Paul is a competent fighter, Tyson may still have the upper hand due to his long-standing ring experience and boxing instinct.
What do you kind of make of that fight, and who do you have winning, if you don't mind me asking?
That's a really tough fight to call right now because Jake has done so much better and gotten so much better. Just like I saw Anthony Taylor tonight. Anthony Taylor has improved tremendously since the last time I saw him. So these guys get into boxing and they take it serious. Jake has really gotten good. So if Jake can land a good punch on Mike, it's going to be problematic for Mike. But if Jake also can take Mike into the late rounds, he might be 58 years old, that would give Jake probably his best advantage because to trade with Mike to this day still is stupid because Mike is pound for pound one of the hardest hitting fighters to ever grace the earth. Jab, do no rope-a-dope, but move around him, don't engage with him in the first 2 rounds. Take your time, jab, try to get some of the energy out of him, make him miss a few times. Clinch him, push him backwards. Then by the third or fourth
him
round,
back,
you can
yeah.
start trying to hit him a little bit more and try to start tagging him by the third or fourth round. Every now and then, when they come back at you, don't fight back with him. And by the fifth or sixth round, now you start trying to fight him because he is 58 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, is Jake Paul in that good a shape to where he gonna be able to take him down to the late rounds like that?
You can't erase time.
Teddy Atlas predicts that Jake Paul may have a shot at defeating Mike Tyson in the upcoming fight. He cites age as a key factor, as Tyson is well past his prime and has shown impressive physical conditioning. Atlas believes that Paul, being nearly 30 years younger, has the advantage in endurance, recovery, and pace, which could help him pull off an upset.
So that question is for him. Does he need, at this point in his life, he's come back, he's made money, he's you know, all those things. People like him, people even love him. All of that. He's iconic now.
Atlas praised Jake Paul for his calculated approach and patience in previous fights, highlighting his smart shot selection skills. He also highlighted Paul's size and reach, which could control the fight's distance. At 6'1", Paul has a slight height advantage over Tyson, which could help maintain distance and prevent Tyson from delivering his signature body shots and uppercuts. Atlas
I don't think he's gonna be working no jab and shit like that, whereas the height gonna be that big of a difference. He's just working the jab on Tyson, picking Tyson, keeping him outside. Like, hell no.
believes that
But Tyson old as hell, man, 58. God
that if
damn.
Jake can keep Tyson at bay, he could frustrate him and capitalize on his frustration.
Does he need it? And it's not for Teddy Atlas to answer. Does he need it? And not does he need it for his bankroll. Does he need it for something else?
Atlas praised Paul's dedication to boxing and his consistent training with high-level coaches and sparring partners. He noted that Paul's unique confidence and mental approach could be advantageous in the ring. Atlas suggested that Tyson's aggressive fighting style could work against Jake if Paul stays composed and sticks to his defensive strategy. Tyson's tendency for early knockouts and energy conservation could provide openings for Paul to exploit as rounds progress.
Jake Paul, he's on the way to like building a legitimate boxing career. He's having real fights.
Part of it is what it's been from the beginning, you know, trying to be the best fighter he can be and see where that takes him. At the same time, building a promotional company, maybe changing the sport a little bit in his mind too.
Yeah, I think at the core he's a good person, and I wouldn't be surprised if part of his motivation for putting on this fight is knowing it will get eyeballs and being able to put on some of the other fighters there.
He looked like a gremlin, a munchkin or something.
Ryan Garcia expressed excitement about a potential Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight, but also raised concerns about Tyson's health due to the significant age gap, suggesting that his age might pose a physical safety risk.
I like Jake. That's it.
You think he's doing a good job?
Yes.
What do you think about the Tyson fight that he just announced?
That's awesome. Fuck yeah, dude. Try to fight Tyson. If he knocks you out, but at least you fought Tyson. That's cool.
At this point, I think Tyson's 58, right?
Well, that's not okay. You know, he's like 60 years old.
How much of his power you think he lost? You think it's still Mike Tyson?
I think
in there?
like that's the last thing to go.
Joe Rogan discussed the upcoming Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight, highlighting Tyson's impressive speed at 58 years old and Paul's serious boxing skills. Rogan highlighted the contrast between Paul's youth and energy and Tyson's age, suggesting both bring unique strengths to the fight.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Look, got a spacesuit on.
He don't look like no Tyson at 58, though.
No,
right?
No, he was much slower. But George was always kind of slow.
Mm-hmm.
He just has thunderous power. He was never like a real fast guy like Ali or any of those other guys. He was just thunderous, ridiculous power. George was just terrifying.
And I don't know the ins and outs of boxing, but is this Logan Paul? Is he a legitimate boxer?
A legitimate boxer, yes. But now I think people are coming around. And the way I look at it, I say if this kid was not a YouTuber, if he wasn't some guy that you knew from the time he was like 16 years old on YouTube, and you just saw him box, and you saw him knock out former UFC champions, you saw him beat legitimate boxers, or beat athletes, and beat a bunch of MMA fighters, you'd go, this kid can fucking fight. He knows how to fight. Like, it's not, nothing he's doing looks wrong. He's not like sticking his head straight up in the air and winging punches with his eyes closed. He's fighting well.
Rogan expressed concern for Tyson's health and well-being, citing his history of injuries and decades in combat sports. Tyson believes boxing is more than just a sport, but Rogan acknowledges that this drive can push athletes past their limits.
Right.
Hi,
I'm Will with R&R Tire Express, and I'm here to tell you about our everyone's approved
The thing is, can he catch a 28-year-old guy who's at the top of his career, who's winning legitimate boxing matches? I mean, he's beating former UFC world champions like Tyron
UFC is not boxing.
Woodley. You know, he had that very good fight with Tommy Fury, who's a legitimate boxer, you know, which was a very good fight. You know, he just beat up Mike Perry, who's a bare-knuckle champion. I mean, he's a real fighter. He can fight. He can, and if Mike Tyson and him are fighting and Mike can't catch him, and Mike has bad knees, if his back's bad, I mean, I don't know what's going on with him physically.
My back. I broke my back. Spinal.
It's hard to tell from a guy just hitting pads.
In a podcast episode, Rogan emphasized that age is simply age, and Mike Tyson at 58 is a unique fighter with powerful punches. Tyson's fight, originally scheduled for July, was postponed due to a medical emergency. Now cleared for action, Tyson is training hard for his return to the ring. Paul defeated Mike Perry in the 6th round after Tyson's exit.
58 is 58.
Yeah.
No matter what. No matter what
right.
you're taking and what they're doing for you, and you're still 58. But 58-year-old Mike Tyson is not 50-year-old Mike Jones that lives down the street. It's a different
Mike
kind of human
Jones.
being. He still can knock your fucking head into another dimension if he can catch you.
Joe Rogan, a UFC
And I believe all of that. But damn, 58. Let's go.
analyst questioned Tyson's age and potential matchup with Jake Paul, a 28-year-old boxer with notable victories. Rogan highlighted Paul's impressive record, including victories over former UFC champions Tommy Fury and Mike Perry, and questioned whether Tyson can effectively compete with Paul.
The thing is, can he catch a 28-year-old guy who's at the top of his career, who's winning legitimate boxing matches?
Jake Paul, a genuine fighter with proven skill.
Man, this is a funny fight because old, young, experience, little bit experience. I just don't want Mike Tyson to get knocked out. Like, he can lose, but just don't get knocked out. Like, losing is fine. Knocked out, not fine at all.
Is expected to face Mike Tyson in a highly anticipated showdown. Russell Crowe, who portrayed heavyweight champion James J. Braddock in the film Cinderella Man, expressed his sense of intimidation and concerns about Tyson's decision to step back into the ring.
When he's hitting those pads, he looks great.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if he can do that, if he can actually do that for 8 rounds or 10 rounds, however long this fight is.
Well, that's going to be the key, isn't it?
Can he do that? I don't know if he can do that. I mean, he had to pull out of the first fight because he had an ulcer.
Right.
So it's,
Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the screen if you enjoyed this one.
All right, what's this say? Boxyverse or some shit. Boxyverse, check out Boxyverse. Nice information. They covered a lot of things in this clip, in this video. Friday. Today is Monday, November the 11th. And we have a few more days. Friday, it's going down. If you find any of this content valuable for you, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. And like always, love yourself. Treat yourself. Don't beat yourself. Love yourself. Holla.